talking about NPFL clubs, Nigeria Professional Football League clubs. A series we started, Know Your Clubs, just profiling these clubs and letting you know what they've been doing. 2020 has been ravaged by coronavirus, but then some of these clubs have been very busy. Today, we're going to talk about Abia Warriors. Abia Warriors, founded in 2003, nicknamed the Umahia Warriors. They play at the Umahia Township Stadium. Of course, they have their own Twitter handles at Abia Warriors. Coach is Imama Amakpakabo. He needs little or no introduction on the domestic scene if you follow football. Captain is Austin Obarapo, also was a key member of the champ squad a couple of years back. I'm even surprised that he's still on the domestic scene. Solid player. Club administrator Emeka Inyama, another person who on the domestic scene has been there, done that, needs a little or no introduction. So what has the club been up to in 2020? What have they been doing? Let's see what they've been doing so far in terms of player acquisition, signings, and improving the squad. Vincent Edafe joins from Dakada. You also have Harrison Ibukun, also from the same club. You have Olorunleke Ojo coming in from Sunshine Stars. Maxine Ojobo from Aqua United. Maxine Ojobo is a nightmare for forwards. Solid defender. You have Nzube Anazemba from Lobby Stars. David Oga from Warri Wolves. These are some of the players that have joined the Umahia Warriors. You have Diko Mayor, also from Warri Wolves. You have Chukwuemeka Obiema from Heartland. Godwin Obaje comes in he had a sojourn in North Africa, but he's back with the Umahia Warriors. And you have Mustafa Jibril comes in from Mighty Jets. So that's it. But Bolu, as we talk about Abia Warriors, you look at all of these things. I'm very happy some of these clubs, even though there are a lot of uncertainty, they're still doing one or two things. Because you never know when you'll just be called upon and say, match they won.
One of the most important things now is we are hearing about player signings. I think it's a positive step, sort of, even though we want to hear more details. But at least we are knowing it. Sometimes before now, you just hear that 30 players were released, 40 players were signed. That's the only information. Then when the league starts, oh, okay, this guy is here.
You see this guy trained with this guy 2 weeks ago, and he shows up playing for this other team.
So I think it's a positive move. Just that we can do more. We can hear details of how many years are they signing, how many millions are they signing, what's their salary and everything. But I think it's positive. So Abia Warriors are one of the teams that they've been consistent in the PFL. Fine, they are not winning, but at least it's a difference. Everton are not winning the Premier League, but you can't tell me Everton have not been consistent. The fact that you avoid relegation every year is a big plus for them. So I think Abia Warriors are doing well.
You think they're still under the shadows of their more illustrious neighbors?
I remember I served in Abia. Then when you're talking about football club in Abia, you hardly hear Abia Warriors. Because especially when the success of Enyimba and everything, so when they are talking about football club, the only thing you'll be hearing is Enyimba. It will take time for you. There's another club here, but they also have their fans too. The locals there support them so well. But interestingly, even being in Umahia, you think they will have the noise because they're in the state capital, but no. It's those in Aba that talk more, like you rightly said, based on the success of Enyimba, and that can never be underrated.
All right, but you think with some of the recruits, they might do well this season?
At least even especially with Olorunleke Ojo, well experienced in the NPFL, they've been there, done that. So I think they could do well. Winning the league, I'm not sure, but like we have here, winning the FA Cup is also another route to get into Europe.
On the continent.
So even if you can't do so well, if you can't break, well, in the NPFL for the first few games, everyone is very close. It's from maybe March the 20th ago, we start knowing the boys from men. But at least giving your best in cup. That's what some other teams in Europe do. If they know, okay, these are top 2, top 3 teams that can win the league, give your best in the cup. When you win, you have another route of playing continental football.
To the continent. All right, let's leave it at that for now. We go on our first break on the show. When we return, we continue with that series. We've started Know Your Club. We'll profile another club. And, of course, from there, we'll go to Europe, talk about what's happening in the Europa League, and a whole lot more for you on Sports Tonight. All right, welcome back. Let's just continue with that series. Bolu, our next club that we want to profile, and trust me, we will keep coming back. Even though we've done the profile of a lot of clubs, we're still coming back. If there are developments to bring to your notice, we'll do that. We want to keep the spotlight on those clubs. Some of them have been very busy. 2020 hasn't gone the way a lot of people planned, but that hasn't stopped some of these clubs from doing what is expected of them. All right, let's go to the next club we want to profile on the show tonight, and that's it. Nasarawa United, founded in 2002, the nickname the Solid Miners. Their home venue is the Lafayette Township Stadium. Yeah, their Twitter handle at Nasarawa United. Coach Balaniku, I mean, we all know Balaniku and all the things he's done on the domestic scene. And you have the captain is Emmanuel Makama, administrator Isaac Danladi. That's the go-to man, the man who's in charge of everything that goes on with the Solid Miners. Adamu Hassan from Kano Pillars joins the Solid Miners. Austin Uzochukwu comes in from Kano Pillars. Silas Nwankwo from Sunshine Stars. You have Joshua Obaje, one of the Obaje brothers, comes in from Sunshine Stars. You have Aliyu Abdullahi comes in from FC Ufai Uba. You have one of the other guys, Plantain Kahan, he comes in from Racing Club, that's in Cameroon. Ini Edem from Abia Comets. Sadiq Abdulrazak from Gombe United. These are some of the players acquired by Nasarawa United. And of course, I do agree with you, Bolu, that having little is better than nothing. You might want to say, okay, these guys coming, who are the guys that left? How big is your squad now? Jersey numbers and all that. But it's still a good start. Still a good start. The contracts that you've signed, how many years, the details. I mean, they leave all of us in the dark as regards that. But it's a good start, and hopefully we'll keep doing our job here. Keep pressing. Report what we see. Keep pressing for information. And hopefully we'll see how far Nasarawa United could go this season.
Last season, Nasarawa United are one of the teams that really struggled in the NPFL.
Yeah.
They wallowed in the relegation waters all through the season. Fortunately for them, no relegation, even though there were talks at the point that they would drop them to the lower division.
Yeah.
We don't know what they will do if they are dropping or not, but at least as of now, we don't even know when the league is starting. We don't have real information from the LMC, but at least we know they are still part of the NPFL. Whatever happens later on,
it's left to be seen.
Yeah, it's left to them. And they're one of the teams in Nigeria that have also played in both the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup. I think Confederations Cup twice, then the Champions League one. So I wish them all the best for the new season. And well, since they also have one Obaje in their team, maybe when the two teams meet, we will see the battle of the brothers. But let's see what happens for the new season. Now it's like everyone is starting afresh. What happened last season is gone. Even though the season was not concluded, but at least we needed the representatives on the continent. Now it's a new start, a new fresh. Many northern teams struggled in the NPFL last season. This is another way to start over again. Forget what happened last season. Get the players you think you need. Not doing the norm of, okay, let's just release some players. But the most important thing is I wish they can always give us details about contracts. Because there was a time, I think 2 seasons ago, we heard a story of a player left his club that his wife was sick, maybe sick or dead, that needed to go home or something. Then they said they didn't see him again until they played another club 6 months later and they saw the same player there. So, but the condition will be, do I have contract with you? No.
Everything is shrouded in secrecy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't know who is the victim. You can't know who is the villain. And that's a story with the domestics. And I do also want to point out, and I also want to say that I agree with you, that's why United started well. There was time they were associated with Daniel Amokochi, and they had big dreams.
Was also there too,
big dreams, and they were doing all of those things. Hopefully, they will return to those ways, and we'll see how far they can go. And like you said, everybody's starting on a clean slate.
Yeah.
No matter how bad last season was, you
gone.
have the opportunity to, start afresh, see how far you can go, and everybody's on the same level.
Like they say in local balance, all die and I die now. The new season, everybody would have, especially those on the continent, you know how much break they will have, and you will have maybe 4 or 5 outstanding matches. Now you have to give your best, because in the NPFL, away matches are difficult to win. Then now that everyone is starting again, it's more like away teams, especially from match day one, will try to give their best. Even if I can't win, get a draw. But if you start losing points from home, you know you have problems come the new season.
All right, so that's it for Nasarawa United. But we're still going to stick with Nasarawa, but we're going to the female team, Nasarawa United. And Coach Christopher, that's the coach of the team, Christopher Danjuma, says the team's defeat to visiting FC Robo in Lafia in the opening fixture of the NWFL Premiership is a wake-up call for his team. Nasarawa United, one of the two teams that lost at home. Osun United as well went away and won. And he says, look, it's a bad result, but it's a wake-up call for my team. So let's just listen to Christopher Danjuma, some of his players, and what they had to say after the opening day loss. Then we'll be back for more on Sports Tonight.
You can see we are preparing. For now, we are ready. We just need, maybe within the few days, play 1-2 friendly matches and we'll go into the league. Playing poorly in the last season was part of football. And at times, that one helps you to prepare more. I think we are ready for this season.
We want to play in the continent and we are ready. You can see with the matches we played, we beat the like of Kano Pillars, even though it's a friendly match. And Kano Pillar is a continental team. We beat them in Kaduna 5-0, beat Plateau United, also a continental team, 2-1. So you can see we are ready for the league's 2020-2021 season.
All right, a little mix up there. Those are representatives from Nasarawa United talking about their preparation. Balaniku there in your picture, and one of the team's official also speaking there. I mean, all teams talking about preparations, and you know, how well we have prepared will be shown. The litmus test is the first few games, but the season has to start before we can really know, oh, this team prepared well, this team prepared. For the ones on the continent, we already know the ones that prepared well. The signs are there.
To see. And he talked about them winning some preseason friendlies, 5-0. But one thing I've seen in football, at least European football, many managers use the preseason games to test one or two players. That's why you see sometimes you see many players that will likely not even play in the new season.
Get the opportunity.
Get the opportunity.
So the coach can make up his mind.
Real Madrid striker Mariano Diaz convinced the coach in a preseason against Chelsea when he scored, I think, from like 40 yards. So that's what the preseasons are for, not the result in particular. United defeated Real Madrid in America, but lost in the Super Cup. So preseason is meant to test you, especially players that are not sure. If, how can I put it, there are some players that no matter what happens, we've talked about Bruno Fernandes, if he does not play a single preseason match, when he's fit, he will start. So there are some players that they are set to play whenever happens, but those are not sure. Just check one or two players. Preseason is when you adjust your formation. If you feel maybe 4-4-2 is not working, you can switch to a 3-5-2, 4-3-3, whatever. That's what preseason is meant for, because when the season starts, especially the first few games, you cannot lose 3 games on the bounce and start thinking about switching. No, you have to go for what works for you. Preseason is when you have, so you may defeat those teams in preseason. There's no guarantee you will beat all of them. It is not a sure thing that you are ready for the new season. Have you seen the kind of players you want? Have you seen your playing style? Depending on opponents, sometimes you can switch your style. You may play 4-3-3 against 10 teams and decide to switch against another. So that's what preseason is for. I like that they are winning. It's important to win games. But at the same time, are they learning from the mistake they made last season? If not, you can win as many games in preseason as you want to. But come the new season, go back to where you left us. So I wish them all the best in the new season. Hopefully, they'll start so soon.
All right, so I went ahead of myself a little bit. And talk about the ladies as well. I like what the coach is saying. Look, wake-up call for us. And the fact that the Women's League has also started is something that a lot of us are happy about.
Well, one thing I like that they did, first off, you remember they couldn't play last season due to whatever reason. Some things were not ready with regulations, restrictions, and everything. And COVID-19 came, they had to put everything to a stop. But now, they stood by their word that if you are not ready, regulations and everything, you are going to the lower division. Some clubs say, okay, it's a normal thing. We say all the time.
Just threaten us.
Then they just came up, deadline, and on deadline day, they sent, I think 3 or 5 clubs to the lower division. That's a wake-up call. And they said we will start so date 9th of December, and here we are, we have results of games. So I think it's interesting that they've started. I hope they finish as well. They also they've had challenges over the years, but now they've had some games, and we are seeing away wins. Remember last season, even in the NPFL, we had lots of away wins, more than ever before. And the Women League, day 1, we've had away wins. 2 away wins. So I like that a coach is coming out to say, well, we learned from it. We've seen our errors. We saw where we missed our chances. Hopefully, we'll learn from it and grow. These are the kind of things we love to see. Remember, despite the away wins, we didn't hear talks of maybe violence. You can say fans are not there. Sometimes last season, fans were not there when violence happened outside. So let's enjoy the games. And again, a wake-up call for the NPFL. We are not hearing regulations anymore from LMC. I hope what the women did would, well, they say what the men can do, a woman can do better. I hope what the women did will be a call to the LMC that even if we have 10 clubs that are ready, let's go ahead and start. Let's enjoy our football.
All right, that's it. So let's leave the women's game and travel to Europe while seated. Travel to Europe, but we're still on our seat. Let's go on and talk about the UEFA Champions League. Of course, we now know the teams that have progressed to the next round. We know the teams that have dropped off into Thursday night football, like Bolu said. A lot of very big teams dropped off. But let's start with the seeded teams. Teams that are seeded, of course, a lot of them group winners. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, Liverpool, the seeded teams. You have 8 of them. Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid. No questions. All of these teams top their group seeded. Let's look at the unseeded teams. Atalanta, I felt Ajax had a good chance but fluffed it. Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Lazio, RB Leipzig are some of the teams that are through to the next round but not seeded. Borussia Mönchengladbach, a lot of people thought they were candidates for Europa, but it surprised us. They made it. FC Porto and Sevilla. And so one seeded team is going to face an unseeded.
And they must not be from the same country.
Yeah, so those that we've reeled out their name in the seeded ones will definitely not play against anyone in their bracket. And also the consideration at this level for teams that are from the same federation.
That's why some persons say Real Madrid are very lucky for finishing first, because every other Spanish team finished second. It means they can't play any of them, and they can't play the team from their own group. So they have options of Atalanta, Lazio, Leipzig, or FC Porto. They'll be hoping probably to play FC Porto. But they're one of the big surprises. Many, as at match day 4, they were bottom of the table. People were wrecking them like these guys, Real Madrid, the Europa League. And as at then, United were top of the group. But
see what has happened.
Switch now, United are in the Europa League and Real Madrid. And it's what they call champion stuff. Sometimes when you expect the big boys to step up, that's exactly what they did. And incidentally, the old men, the old guard are the ones really working wonders for them. Sergio Ramos in defense, Luka Modric in midfield, and Karim Benzema up front. There's nothing new to say about Bayern Munich. They're like a commentator said that they're a landmark team. You sometimes use them to describe other clubs. Okay, the team that thrashed a certain team 8-0, this one, that's what they are. And Dortmund also hustled to finish first in their group. Chelsea confirmed their first place when they defeated Sevilla on match day 5. And that one, it was done and dusted. Even if they had lost their last game and Sevilla had won 100-0, it wouldn't have counted, because in Europe, it's a head-to-head. Every other thing is secondary. Juventus, people say Ronaldo scored penalties. I tell them the 2 penalties are the reasons why Juventus are top of that group. If the game ended 2-0, Barcelona would have been first, Juve second, and now they finished there 3-0. Interestingly, did you notice the Twitter battle between Barcelona and Juventus? After the first leg, Barcelona were like, we brought the real goats, don't worry. And Juve told them, nah, you checked it up in the wrong dictionary. We will bring the real goats to you. And immediately after Ronaldo scored 2, they just good. We kept to our word and retweeted that. So it's interesting that they are both playing, bantering each other on and off the field. Manchester City also qualified before that game. And you would know that Pep Guardiola had his eyes on the Manchester derby at the weekend. De Bruyne didn't start. Raheem Sterling, Cancelo, Ruben Dias was not even in match day squad. Gabriel Jesus and Aguero were both on the bench. I think he knew even if they had lost that game, then he brought on Raheem Sterling. Brought on Aguero to just have a run into the game. You can say Sterling, they shouldn't have played, but there's nothing wrong with having a run in 45 minutes. Now all focus is back to the weekend game. And PSG, even if they had lost, United were out already. They had qualified, but they needed to win the top of that table. And they did it in style, 5-1. And again, nothing new to say about Real Madrid. They needed to fight, and they did fight.
All right. I don't know if I should say it's a step down. I guess that's what it is. Let's talk about the teams that will not be playing Thursday night football. Teams that have moved down. By the way, Jose Mourinho says he doesn't think it's right for these teams to be in the Europa.
Well, many have said that thing over time, but
Yeah.
it's the way it is. Now the new league will be starting again, third tier league.
Yeah.
I think next season, then that teams from Europa too can also. I think it's more like just to make it more enticing.
Yeah.
Europa League became much more interesting when winners have direct access to
Yes.
Champions League.
And that's why a lot of
Then
teams
everyone
take it
gives their
seriously.
best. So there's nothing wrong in that.
And trust me, all of these teams are thinking, well, if we don't do well in our league,
At
we
least
might
it's
just...
remember before, teams in Champions League don't even get to finals in Europa. Even semi-finals, they don't. But now, when you know there's something at stake, especially teams that they are just there in their league,
Yeah.
they will give everything to get to the final, win.
Teams like
qualify.
Tottenham will...
Spurs, yeah.
will- All right, RB Salzburg dropped down. Shakhtar Donetsk, I feel sorry for this side because they had it in their hands, but they just let it slip. Olympiacos, Ajax Amsterdam, another team that, faltered in a way that's not so good. FC Krasnodar, the Russian side, also dropped to the Europa League. Krop Brugge, Dynamo Kiev, and the big boys, the Red Devils, Manchester United, dropped to the Europa League. I'm not going to ask Bolu if he's surprised. The handwriting was on the wall, so that's it. All right, let's see if we can take you to the Europa League and some selected matches. Let's see if we can show you some of the results. Before we came in, some just started. While we were coming into the studio, some were ending. Arsenal beating the team from Ireland 4-2. A certain Folari Balogun scored in that one.
And he scored in the last game
as well. For Rangers, 3 Africans on parade. Joe Aribo, Leon Balogun, and the South African, his name, I've just forgot his name right now, and Zungu, Mungani Zungu also played.
Himself and Balogun even got booked in the game.
In the game as well, so that's it. Napoli, they were in action, and he ended 1-1. I think the Napoli game is over.
Yeah, it's over.
At this point. The Leicester game started when we came into the studio, so
2-0 as of now.
2-0 as of now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sparta Prague, AC Milan leading as of now. Tottenham have a chance to take the lead in Group J. They are behind Royal Antwerp as it stands, but if they win this game, and I'm very sure Jose would want his team to win this game.
He knows what to do at the right time.
He knows what to do, yeah. So they would take leadership of that group. PSV Eindhoven, Hamad Omoniali Kosia 4-0. PAOK and Granada was headed goalless. Arsenal doing well in the Europa, but struggling
get a goal in the league.
Struggling to get a goal in the league. Really sad for the Gunners. But we'll see. Still a very long way to go. They'll be coming in. The teams that qualify going to the round of 32. When we come on the show tomorrow, we'll tell you the teams that have qualified. Of course, they'll mix with the ones that have dropped in from the UEFA Champions League. Of course, finish line. We've come to the end of the show. First, I want to thank Bolu Omoni for his time on the show with me tonight.
It's a pleasure to be here again.
All right. Thank you as well for allowing us to be a part of your day. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. We hope that you did too. We hope that it was worth your while. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Do what we love doing best. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.